Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, I want to talk about what you should spend your pre-order VC on if you got pre-order VC like I did, and if you should really even spend it. In all honesty, I'm looking at this from what I would call mostly a no money spent / pro money spent, like pro pass only perspective. If you're like a lower money spent player, that's kind of the perspective I'm coming at this with. If you're somebody who's going to be spending a ton of money on VC, you're kind of sure this doesn't really matter that much what you do with your pre-order VC, because you're just going to buy more, you know what I mean? And that's fine if that's you. I'm not even like sitting here like saying anything bad about somebody who's going to be doing that. That's just not what I personally am going to be doing on my own main account. And so that's not the perspective that I have. Plus, I don't think that's that useful. I don't think people care if they're going to spend a bunch of money on VC anyway, what they do with their pre-order VC, because they'll probably just use it on these packs. Now, the question is, should you use your VC on these packs? The honest answer, in my opinion, is a pretty resounding no. And I am going to break down why I think that at least a little bit. And the one thing that I actually would consider using VC on if you want to. And I'll talk about what that is here in just a second as well. But the main reason why I wouldn't use VC is quite simple. The pack odds are trash, like really, 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 really bad. Even for the people out there who are considering spending money on the game, I would not recommend it. These pack odds are very bad. You have a less than 1% chance at 95 plus, which is what it was for the top tier cards last year. Only a 2.2% chance at the second tier of card, and a 5.2% chance of literally even pulling a card in the set, as there is nothing below Amethyst from this set. I mean, this is not pretty, in my personal opinion, at all when it comes to pack odds. I think they're very, very bad, and I think, again, your pre-order VC will get you a 10 bucks plus 4 singles. You know what I mean? You're getting 14 packs. 14 packs, you're getting 1 or 2, maybe, amethysts at most, probably. If you're really lucky, you pull a diamond, maybe. Very unlikely you pull a pink diamond. Very unlikely, honestly, you pull a diamond even. You're just probably not going to pull very much that's going to make you a lot of MT. And obviously, I can't access the auction house right now, which is a good segue into the next part of this. But these cards are going to be decently expensive, right? At least the top tier guys. Amethyst might be a little less expensive, but they'll still probably even be a little bit expensive, I would think. So cards will be worth a little bit of MT, so you could make a little bit of MT, but you're probably not going to pull anything that's going to make you a lot of MT off of the pre-order stuff. That's the honest truth. So I think realistically, as of right now, I would save the VC and see what else you can get with it potentially soon if they drop some sort of special offer sometime in the next couple weeks that might actually be worth a little bit more than this. I would at least wait for now. I just don't think there's anything in the pack market that's worth spending VC on. Now, the only thing that I would consider spending VC on, especially if you are a lower or no money spent player, is over here in Triple Threat Park, somewhere in here. And by the way, the camera angle for this thing is weird. You like walk out, you have to like wait for yourself to walk out of the portal totally before you move. Otherwise you'll like be walking into the wall and stuff. It's kind of weird. I don't know where the spot is actually, and that's something I would like to know, but there is still, I do believe, a showcase spot in Park, I think, which should give you double XP or a double rep for 30 minutes if you open a pack. Maybe the showcase spot isn't in Park anymore. Wow, I might be a complete casual. This really might not be a thing. The showcase spot might not be a thing in 2K26. Okay, well, you may need to disregard what I just said then, because I thought I was going to come in here and say you could spend a little bit of VC on one single pack at the showcase spot to try to, this is help. This isn't the showcase spot. I don't see the billboard. The showcase spot might not be a thing where you open packs in the billboard. That was a thing last year. It's not a thing this year, I guess. Or, oh, maybe it's over here. No, never mind. I lied. I was wondering. I was like, did they really remove it? This is probably what it is, right? It's this screen right here. Yeah, showcase spot. So you can come in here and you could open one pack with VC and you get 30 minutes of double rep. The reason that I say that is because if you're trying to unlock the auction house, that double rep will allow you to play 2 domination games, which will get you pretty much unlocking the auction house, maybe even fully. I'm not 100% sure. If you play other games, it definitely will, but it'll get it quick. And so maybe you spend 11,250 VC on one single to speed that process up, to unlock the auction house earlier, to give you more flexibility to start trying to sell cards and upgrading your team and things like that. That's the only thing that I personally think that you should really consider spending VC on. That is my opinion. I'm glad I found the showcase spot. I looked like an idiot not knowing where it was for a second, but I didn't realize this truck was the showcase spot this year. I guess this is kind of neat. To be totally honest, I'll never really open packs, but if you want that double rep so you can try to get your showcase, so you can try to get your gold rep unlocked, this is where I would recommend going. That's literally the only thing as of right now that I would consider spending VC on in this game. Maybe you consider spending your pre-order VC in Park. That makes total sense. If you're going to play both modes, spend it in Park. Nothing in my team is worth spending your VC on right now at all. In my team, my recommendation for what you should be doing first, and I'm gonna make a video on what you should be doing in my team, probably later on today or tomorrow. I think it might be tomorrow. What you should really be focusing on is mostly probably domination and salary cap, to me, are the two main game modes that right now that look really rewarding to start the year. So with that being said, we're gonna talk more about that in other videos and stuff, but for now, we're gonna call the video there. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I will be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.